Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all kinds of holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whichever holiday you celebrate, or all the holidays. I'm just going to share all of my boarded charcuterie board ideas, cheese boards, cheese balls, you name it. It is in this video, so I have something for everyone. So if you want to see my ideas, then please keep watching. All right, here I'm just showing you how to make our pumpkin cheese ball. You need some cream cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, Doritos, salsa, taco seasoning, and some green onions. So I just took this little stem from one of my pumpkins, washed it really well since it will be going into food. So we're gonna use that. Now I'm just combining all of our ingredients. I will list the recipe down below for you guys for exact measurements, but honestly guys, I kind of eyeballed this. I added more cheese. I changed up the seasoning. The seasoning was just cumin, but I thought taco seasoning would be better. And then I changed out the diced yellow onion for diced green onion so it wouldn't be as harsh. Once we get it all mixed up, we're gonna put out our saran wrap here. We're gonna put it into a nice little ball shape. Don't worry about perfecting it too much. In the saran wrap, this is more to just kind of harden it and keep it together. So once we got a general round form, we're gonna stick this in the fridge for 2 hours, and then after that, I stuck it in the freezer for another 30 minutes, got it nice and hard and pliable. That way I can kind of mold it more into a round shape here. Got my black food gloves, food safe gloves. I'm gonna shape it more into a ball and stick it into those crushed Doritos. Now you can use any kind of Doritos, the spicy ones, the Cool Ranch, whichever you prefer. I used classic nacho cheese. So here I'm just taking a little wood dowel or like a kebab stick and shaping out our pumpkin lines, as you can see here. Some people wrap it with rubber bands, but I didn't have any, but this worked just as well. And it was definitely much easier. And then once we're done, we're gonna stick our stem right in there and we're done. I'm gonna stick it back in the freezer while we get everything else ready. So I got this spinach and artichoke dip from Trader Joe's and this bread bowl from Walmart. Now I'm just going to use the bowl for the outline of the shape. Now you can serve the dip in the bowl in the bread, but here I wanted to take the center out and kind of make a bread bowl for the dip. You'll see here in a minute. I did stick that bowl in there and weigh it down. If you've got some pie weights, definitely stick that in there. It'll leave a nice indentation. So here we go. I'm gonna let that sit while we do everything else. Now I'm just telling you here, I'm not gonna waste that bread. We're gonna dip it later. So I just heated up the dip and I stuck it inside the bread bowl, and this is what it looks like. Now here is some of the ingredients we are going to use. Now I didn't use all of them. I actually didn't use any of the fruit and some of the chips. But yeah, you can really get creative here. I'm using some raviolis. We got some turkey sticks. We got all kinds of stuff. Now you can use some cured meat if you like salami and prosciutto and that kind of stuff. Definitely add that. This is definitely for my kids and my family's tastes. We like the turkey sticks or the beef sticks. And then here I got some European style cheese. It's cheddar, Gouda, Swiss, and Havarti. Super good. I really recommend this brand. Now I'm adding some salty items here. I got some cornichons, which is just little petite French pickles from Trader Joe's, and then some green olives. Now I got this antipasta from Trader Joe's, had feta, olives, and little baby peppers. So good. Definitely check out Trader Joe's. Just showing you here the raviolis. We're going to heat them up. Now here I'm taking these little turkey sticks and chopping them in half just to make it easier to eat. And now we're just going to start adding all of our vegetables. Look how tiny these tomatoes are. Aren't they so cute? I thought they were adorable. So I definitely got those. We've got all kinds of stuff: carrots, peppers, celery, grapes. Like I said, you can do anything with this, guys. Whatever you like, add it. I actually ended up using 2 boards because I just wanted to add so much to this. I added some dried apricots, some walnuts. You'll see later some pumpkin seeds. We've got some pita chips, pretzels, like you name it, honestly. Whatever you like, add it to the board. Of course, had to have some Doritos for the dip. It just goes together. Now this dip was so good, guys. Definitely got to give it a try. So was that spinach and artichoke dip. There's those bread bites. We're going to use those with the little fork you'll see here in a minute to dip into the dip, Put things wherever you'd like. You can add more. I added cookies. There's some maple flavored cookies from Trader Joe's, some pumpkin spice cookies from Trader Joe's. They just have so much good stuff. Alright, now I'm just adding the finishing touches. As you can see, I moved stuff around a little bit. Now I got those spoons and those little food picks from Hobby Lobby last year and this year. All right, here is my final board. My family really enjoyed this. There's not much. All right, so I went ahead and made this ball last night just so it could set up and get really hard in the fridge. But it's basically just cream cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, green onions, some Worcestershire sauce, and then a ranch seasoning packet. So I went ahead and mixed that all together, and I've already pre-shaped it into an acorn shape. As you can see here, I'm going to take it out and place it on the board. All right, next thing you're going to need is these pretzel sticks. I got the really big ones just to use for the stem. And then you're going to take a bunch of pecans or walnuts, whichever you prefer. They kind of look the same. I'm going to go ahead and, stack them on here to try to make the acorn shell. So you'll see what I mean. I line them all up and kind of overlap so they look really realistic. So once you've got it to where you like it, you're going to put some nuts in a bag and smash it so it gets nice and crummy and powdery, and then you're going to dump that on the cheese ball and press it in. You really want to get it into the cheese so that it stays. You'll see here what I do in a minute. I'm pushing it down, really, getting it in there, and then I'm going to take a spatula and kind of round it out just to make sure it keeps that acorn shape, and then it really gets it inside of that cheese ball. All right, next up is our caprese board. We're going to take our French bread, some tomatoes, some basil, and then the pre-sliced mozzarella cheese. Then you're going to need some balsamic glaze, a little bit of salt and pepper, and olive oil. So first up, I'm going to go ahead and wash my tomatoes and cut them up into thin slices. We've got our tomatoes all sliced. Now I'm going to go ahead and start slicing our mozzarella. This is already pre-sliced, but I think the slices are a little bit thick. So if they are, I'm going to go ahead and trim those down as well. It's actually not too thick. I'm just gonna keep it as is. All right, the next step is really, really easy. You're just gonna go ahead and make a shape of a candy cane on your wood cutting board or whatever serving platter you're gonna be using. Go ahead and start placing my tomatoes first, and then we'll go back and add the mozzarella just so I make sure I have enough cheese and tomatoes. Just gonna go ahead and insert that mozzarella in alternating colors. There's our candy cane. It's so beautiful and nice and thick and hearty. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our basil. I'm gonna add it into little corners, so if you wanna take a piece when you take your bite, you can grab it from there. Kind of arrange it in a floral pattern here. Now we're gonna take some of those smaller leaves, kind of just put it around the corners here. Go ahead and take my little dish here, put it on top of the basil leaves, empty out some of that glaze into the bowl. Go ahead and add a little spoon just to drizzle. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add my olive oil. I'm using a coffee spoon again, just because the portion is right. It's not too much. You don't want to drown your tomatoes and your mozzarella with olive oil. Just gonna take a little bit of sea salt, sprinkle it over, because you always want to season your tomatoes. And then a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. All right guys, we've got our caprese. Now we're gonna get out our platter of bread. You can always toast this or use little tostinis. You could use crackers, or you don't have to use bread at all. It's completely up to you. But I am gonna serve it with a side of bread. Beautiful little pieces of French bread. There's nothing left for me to do. And here's what our candy cane caprese looks like. Very festive. Bread on the side. All right, next up is our little olive cheese tomato charcuterie tree. So you're gonna need different kinds of cheeses. I've got different kinds of olives. I got some tomatoes. And now we're going to take our cone. Make sure you wrap it with cling wrap or aluminum foil just so you don't put raw food on that. Just make sure you seal it up really good. Next, you're going to need toothpicks, a ton of them. I broke mine in half, and what you're basically just going to do, put your toothpick in the tree and pop on your piece of cheese or your olive or your tomato, and then just go around and do the same thing through the whole thing. This took me about 45 minutes. It did take me a while, so if you get a bigger tree, it will take you even longer, but this is a really pretty idea for a presentation, for a party. This was really, really fun to do. I really like this one. Like I said, you can do feta and olives, you can do like the Kalamata olives, you could do pepperoni, you could do lunch meat, you could do really anything with these. Super, super versatile. So now I'm going to take that rosemary and just kind of fill in those gaps so you can't see the white and the cellophane poking through here, as you can see. Just going to fill it in. This is purely for decoration. And this is what we've got when we're done. This one's super pretty and very, very festive. Love this one so much. Last but not least is our sweet treat boards. I've got quite a few of these. We've got a s'mores board, we've got a caramel dip board, we've got our cookie board, our sweet treats board. This one is really great. I love all of these options, especially for the little kiddos. All right, first up is our more healthy board. I got this cute cutting board or serving tray from Walmart, as well as some cheese and crackers. I just used a little star cookie cutter, a little miniature one. And I cut out mozzarella, and then I've got some sharp cheddar. You can do whatever you like. I did kind of cater this towards kids. That's why I went with the more mild cheeses. This cup here is a little gingerbread cup with the polka dots that I got from a Hobby Lobby. I'm going to fill it with some caramel. Now I was going to get the big tub of caramel, but I thought this was perfect since the board is, you know, kind of small. It fit perfectly in that bowl. So we're going to go ahead and arrange those apples. And then we're going to add some fresh berries. Now I chose strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, but you can put whatever you like on your board. You can always serve it with some toothpicks so that nobody has to touch it necessarily. Now this tray is complete. Let's move on to our candy board. All right, so I got a bunch of these goodies from Target. I got so many. They had so many good choices I couldn't decide. So I got a variety of chocolates, cakes, cookies, peppermint bark, chocolate covered Oreos, these cute little frosted cookies. Like, the options are endless with these boards, guys. You can add whatever you like, take out what you don't like. I really love these. It's a fun way to just get a variety of things, perfect for kids, perfect for adults. So yes, we're just going to start assembling our board. I'm just showing you everything I got. How cool is this one? It's a bunch of gummies. My daughter definitely loved that one. Alright, so now we're just going to start assembling the board. That gingerbread and Christmas tree little container or bowl I got from Target. They have it again this year. And then those red ramekins I got from Dollar Tree. So now we're just going to start placing everything. Now you'll see here I move things around a lot. That's the beauty of a charcuterie board. You're going to move stuff around, make sure you have enough room for everything. Like I said, this is for a party. I actually made this for my daughter's sleepover. She had a couple girls over, and they definitely enjoyed this board, and whatever was left, I sent home with them. So I know it seems like a lot, but this is meant for multiple people. That's why I also did a fruit board, and you'll see later I did a s'mores board. Now, you can always make your own cookies. I want to preface that. I did just buy these simply for the convenience. These are some gingerbread snap cookies. I got some chocolate covered Oreos. We got some sprinkle cookies, sugar cookies, frosted cookies. You name it, and it can go on here. The options are endless with these boards. That's why they're so much fun. You can do meat and cheese and fruit. You can do pure candy. You can do a mixture of both. I really love charcuterie boards for the holidays. It just allows you to put a bunch of things on a board and let everybody graze. So yes, I won't bore you too much and explain every single thing I'm doing, but I will try to link what I bought at Target down below. They have great stuff. Holiday themed goodies, as well as Walmart, but Target seemed to be the place to go. So I will let you guys watch and get some inspiration. I will be back in a little bit. Of course, I had to pop in here and add my Christmas tree cakes. I love these. These are so nostalgic for me. I remember eating them as a kid, so I get so excited every year when I see them in the stores. So here I am just adding some candies that I got from that multi-pack from Target. They had a ton of cute Christmassy candies, so I'm just going to fill in the gaps, fill in the containers. Now here is my gingerbread fudge. I actually did make these in a video. It was my last Christmas treats video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below and above. Definitely go check it out. Here I'm just adding some sporadically just to fill in the gap. And now this board is almost complete. We're just going to fill in our little candies, and that is it. Alright, last but definitely not least is our s'mores board. Now, I got this cute gingerbread cutting board from Etsy. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm flipping it over and using the other side. And then I've got this mini skillet. We're going to make our mini s'mores dip, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up that little pan with some Hershey's chocolate. Then we will pop it into the oven at 400 for a couple minutes just to make sure it's melted. And then here I got these snowflake marshmallows from, again, Target. Really cute. I thought that was cuter than the traditional little round marshmallows, a little bit more festive. Then we're going to take these remaining two mixing cups with the gingerbread men on them and fill them with goodies to dip into the s'mores dip. So I've got some little mini fudge rounds, I've got some pretzels, I did some vanilla wafers, and then some graham crackers. So we're going to go ahead and set that up while we wait for our chocolate to melt. Now the chocolate is nice and melted. We're going to take that spoon and make sure we spread it all around. After that, we're going to stick on our snowflake marshmallows, just arrange them, kind of try to cover it as best as possible. I ended up splitting one in half just to fill in any gaps. And then we're going to pop that back into the oven for, I don't know, maybe another 2 to 3 minutes on broil. You just want to keep your eye on it, keep checking it because it will burn super fast. And here's what it looks like when it comes out. So yummy. This came out so good. Perfect amount. Don't mind my marshmallow getting stuck on my pot holder. I kind of turned it around just so that the handle, the hot handle wasn't, in the way. It is best definitely to serve warm because it does harden after it sits for a little while. So I'm going to quickly finish adding our cookies and our graham crackers, and then it's ready to go. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, got some ideas, give it a try. I love charcuterie boards for the holidays. They're super versatile, sweet or savory, completely up to you. Don't forget to check out my other Christmas treats videos. They will be linked down below. In addition to my Christmas cookie recipes that I did a few years back, you can definitely make those and add these to the board. They would be so cute. But I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!